Hi, my name is Zubair Ansari. In this video, I'm going to show how to set up, install, and use a sound system ADRecovery product. I have downloaded the product from the website, and the first step is to download and save. After downloading and saving, open the zip file and double click on the setup. I'm installing it on a server 2012. This application works on 2008 and server 2003 as well. I have installed IIS and I have enabled .NET 2.0, 3.5 and 4.0. Point to be noted here is if it's a fresh install of server and you have just installed IIS, then by default .NET versions are not enabled. You have to go in first you have to go to server role and install and enable .NET 3.5 and also go into IIS server role, enable .NET 3.5 and 4.0 ASP and all the other components for IIS to work properly. The second requirement is access to a SQL server. Here I have a SQL server, SQL Express that I have installed on the machine, and I need that because when we take this snapshot, they're kept in the database. Okay, so let's start. I double clicked on it and I got the first screen, and I accept the EULA, and I clicked on it, and here it's giving you some basic requirements on the screen. And the next step is I will use the default app pool if I have an app pool, and mind you, app pool has to be with .NET 2.0 integrated. And I'm going to use an app pool that I have created. And this is a .NET 2.0 application pool. I'll use the defaults here, and here I'm going to provide the username that I have used for logging into the system, the domain, and then the account, password. Now, the next step is to provide a database. You need to get the right string for the database. Okay. When I click on next, you have to provide the server instance or the string that is needed to be able to connect to the database. That you can obtain by going to SQL Server Studio Manager and clicking on the Connect Database Engine. Here, this is the um, connection string. We are using Windows authentication. It works with SA also. I'll enter this. Note, if you're using Windows authentication, you need to remove the ID and the password because it uses the default of the machine. I'll use create new database, and I click on it. As it installing it, I'll connect to the database. As you see, now it's creating the tables in the database, and that we can confirm by going into connect. Here you provide the service account, the same account that I have provided before. If you see, the installation is completed, and in the database, a database is created named LDAP, and I can make sure that it has created all the tables, seems like. So I will close this, close this. There is a desktop icon, and second thing is it requires a service to be started before you can log into it. I want to make sure the service is started. The service name is AD Interaction. It is still starting. So until the state changes to started, you will not be able to log into the application. It's still starting. The username is, the default username is admin, and the default password is admin here. Let's go in and look in the search. Yep, service is started. That means everything is okay. Should be able to log in. Now I'm able to connect. It logged in. The first step is to create a database, configure a domain. Here I'm going to configure a domain. Administrator. You need to use a high privilege account, otherwise it will be the application may have difficulty in during restore. And this is a string of my choice. I save it. Okay. Now here I can set up the schedule and I can do other things. If you go to the home, you have three options: deleted objects, backup domain, and list backups. This is your tombstone. If you click on the here, it will bring up all the deleted items from the domain. You can take on-demand backups. Okay. Like for instance,